Is this the future of my DIY Eurorack modules? What is this thing? This is the Daisy Seed Patch Submodule. So if you're not familiar with the Daisy Seed is a microcontroller similar to, say, an Arduino that is made specifically for high-quality audio. So it's used in effects pedals, it's used in Eurorack synth modules, and I need to go in that direction because, as you may know from watching some of my other videos, I've been building this super tiny modular system, and I originally started basing it on the Arduino Nano. And this is fine for logic. This is just a 5-volt system, so it's Arduino safe. And that was fine for logic, but it was not okay for sound generation. I'm still working on trying to make the sound that comes out of this thing good through a series of, digital to audio conversion, like a high quality professional op amp, things like that. So this is still a work in progress. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I should save myself some effort and save my sanity and pick up a Daisy Seed, because I was aware of the Daisy Seed. I could plug a Daisy Seed in here. Obviously I have to rewire it a little bit and get out much higher quality sound. But as I was looking on Daisy Seed's site, I saw this. I didn't even know this existed. Again, this is the patch submodule, and this is effectively on this one little board, this tiny little board, which is currently much smaller than even what I'm doing with the Arduino. This has everything you need to create a custom Eurorack module from scratch on one little board. So this is true Eurorack. This is 12-volt system, and you could just plug in the code as you normally would for a microcontroller, but this contains everything you essentially need. So you basically just need to add controls, a control panel to plug in, and then of course the code to program it to know what to do with those inputs and outputs. But essentially you attach this to a control panel and there you go. You got your own Eurorack module. So I couldn't help but buy this. So I saw it, I was like, why bother with the standard Daisy Seed microcontroller? Why don't I just buy something that is specifically for Eurorack? And I realized that I was entering into a whole other upper echelon of production, of DIY music genesis. And it threw me off a little bit because, again, I was experimenting with cheapo knockoff Arduino Nanos and a 5-volt system. And now I'm looking at something that is for professional audio. I need to now build or acquire a power supply that can run 12 plus negative 12 volts and also have a backup 5 volts. And I need to completely rethink about how I'm wiring this up. So you may hear in the background, I'm 3D printing a case for it. Now, I will say that normally the idea behind this is that you would take these headers and plug it into some kind of carrier board, and your carrier board would have all the necessary, input outputs and any sanitation that goes with those inputs and outputs, both power and CV and audio. So this is supposed to plug into a carrier board, but I'm currently obsessed with trying to create the smallest modules I possibly can. And again, for those who don't know, this is smaller than 3U, shorter than 3U, because I have a tiny little 3D printer. So the max I can print out is 120 millimeters. So that's what this is. So in that obsession, I'm currently working on a case. You can see it here. So it's essentially just my super micro front panel with stand and a little case to sandwich the controller with standoffs to give it some breathing room. But essentially the module would kind of stick onto the back of the panel, and I'll use jumpers to actually connect things. Now, will this all work? I don't know. It's all an experiment, So part of me is just like scared, because maybe I should have just gone to the good old Daisy Seed controller. It would exist in a world that I'm currently familiar with. It wouldn't be exactly plug and play for what I'm currently doing, but pretty close in terms of power needs, and wiring and everything else. Pretty straightforward. So this is something else entirely. But I am excited because if I pull this off, I basically have jumped the line. You know, I've jumped, maybe to my detriment, jumped a bunch of potential learning opportunities, but also a lot of struggles to try to turn that into something that is even close to a true Eurorack. And my goal wasn't necessarily to perfectly emulate Eurorack or have it even Eurorack compatible, because again, what I'll be creating is purely in my own ecosystem. So I'm following kind of like a Eurorack standard, but it's going to be with the knowledge that it's only going to be interacting with my own modules. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting. I hope if you're new to my channel, you'll subscribe and join me on this journey, because I hope I don't fry this thing. I hope I don't fry myself. I'm going to be wiring up mains to a proper power supply to be able to power this thing. And if this works, I'll be buying a bunch of these, create one for each module. Now, they come in two sizes or powers or flavors with the amount of memory. There's, I believe it's like 1 meg and then like a much larger one. So the smaller one you'd use for logic type modules, and the other one you'd use for things that require a lot of memory, like effects. So, and there's the price difference between the two is not significant. Like, I don't know, it's like a $5 difference. So this is $21, I believe. So yeah, kind of expensive, more expensive than, of course, the knockoff Arduino Nanos I was buying, which were like, you know, like maybe $1 or $2 a piece. But to make them sound good, I'd also have to buy high quality op amps and DACs, which are expensive on their own. But I mean, if you think about it, if you're willing to put in the effort, cheaply 3D print some stuff, you can essentially get a high quality Eurorack module for 20-something bucks, you know, under $30. And considering even the small, cheap Eurorack modules can be $100, $150, still a pretty good deal if you're willing to do it yourself, and you can fully customize it. Again, everything I will be creating will be fully customized. So all the drum sounds I want, all the distortion effects, all the different logic modules will be all to be exactly what I need. And that's why I started down this path to begin with. You know, I'm trying to virtually build Eurorack after Eurorack. And of course, these days don't have the money for it because I'm woefully unemployed and I've been laid off for a year plus. But anyway, yeah, so I don't really have much else to say. Join me on this adventure. This is going to be really, really cool. I'll do another video once I get the case printed out and kind of seated and maybe wired up a little bit. I'm still waiting on my proper power supply to come in, and I'll talk more about that when it does. But yeah, and again, I haven't completely given up on this. The drum sounds that came out of this were chiptune at best. So I have some high quality professional level DACs and op amps to help do something with the PWM that's coming out of the Arduino Nano. So maybe I could still do something with this system, these modules, but probably my focus going forward will be this, because at the end of the day, if I can pull this off, this is like a real this will be a real Eurorack module I'll be building. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Thanks so much for listening, and be sure to subscribe.